Good morning, good morning. It is your favorite person in the whole wide world, Self-Pay Rose, aka the Moneyline Mommy, and I am the CEO of Elevate Your Success 101, where we bring you that clarity therapy that can help you get past any unforeseen circumstance that may come up in your life. So I want you guys to take notes, grab a pen, grab a notebook. If you wear glasses, get ready to put them on because you are about to take notes. But first off, y'all know how we do. Before I get too deep, we got to give a shout out to all my fans, all my followers, all my supporters, all my loyal listeners. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. We are blessed and grateful to have a supportive fan base. We are now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and the list goes on. So we are so grateful to have phenomenal subscribers like you guys. You know we couldn't start off today's episode without giving you guys thanks first. So shout out to y'all. We love y'all. Keep showing us love. And that was enough time for y'all to get prepared, get in student mode, because I tell y'all all the time, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is going to be the strongest power you can ever give to yourself. So I want to talk about today's topic, right? Today's topic is the 12 laws of karma, okay? The 12 laws of karma is what we're going to be talking about today on Elevate Your Success 101. And what I want to do is I want to read them out to you, give you guys a chance to write them down one by one. There's going to be 12 of them, and then I'm going to go back and explain each law of karma to give you guys more understanding behind the reason why each one of these laws is very important to your self-development. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read them off, like I said, then I'm going to go through them, and we're going to talk spicy today, all right? So number 1 is the great law, okay? Number 2 is the law of creation. Number 3 is the law of humility. Number 4 is the law of growth. Number 5 is the law of responsibility. Number 6 is the law of connection. Number 7 is the law of focus. Number 8 is the law of giving and hospitality. Number 9 is the law of here and now. Number 10 is the law of change. Number 11 is the law of patience and reward. And number 12 is the law of significance and inspiration. All right? So, starting off with number 1, the great law, right? What we put into the universe will come back to us. What we put into the universe will come back to us. Right? That's like that saying goes, what goes around comes back around. Treat people how you want to be treated. And that's ultimately the first law of karma. That's why they call it the great law, because whatever we put into the universe will come back to us. So if you're putting positivity, love, generosity, and a lot of good things into the universe, that's what's going to come back to you. Now, if you're putting out negativity, anger, right, hurt, revenge, envy, if you're putting that out into the universe, that's what's going to come back to you. So you got to think twice before you move, because whatever you do is going to come back to you. That's the first law of karma, the great law. Moving on to number 2, the law of creation. I want you guys to understand that means that life doesn't happen by itself. We have to make it happen. That's what number 2 is explaining, the law of creation. Understand that your life isn't going to move. You got to make it move. Right? If you're looking at your bank account wondering why it's not going up, are you putting in extra work to make more money? No, then it's not going to move. So understand that life doesn't happen by itself. We need to make it happen. That means get up off your ass every day and go make it happen for yourself. Those dreams that you want to be reality, you have to make it happen. That's just not going to happen by itself. Okay? Now, number 3 is the law of humility. And what this ultimately means is that you got to accept something in order to change it, right? Let's say you're going through relationship problems, family problems, job problems. Maybe you're trying to learn a new skill set and you're just not there yet. You got to understand that you got to accept where you are right now in order to change and grow and get better. You don't want to be in denial. You got to be real with yourself. You got to look at your reality and ask yourself, when you look at your mom life, your dad life, your kids life, sit there and ask yourself, do I want more? And if the answer to that question is yes, then you got to accept where you're at right now so you can get to a better place, right? That is the law of humility. Now, number 4 is the law of growth, right? We always got to be moving. We always got to get going, keep getting better. And my mentor always told me, if you're not growing, you're dying. So the law of growth ultimately means that when we change ourselves, our lives will follow suit and change too. understand that if nothing changes, and it all starts with you. Mommy and daddy don't got $1 million in the bank, so they're not coming to save your ass. You have to be the one growing and getting better. And like I said, if you're not growing every day, you're dying slowly every day. Number 5 is going to be the law of responsibility, because we got to take responsibility for what's happening in our lives. We must take responsibility for what is happening in our lives. The kids we created, the responsibilities that we have, the goals that we want to achieve, and the people that count on us. We got to take responsibility for what's happening in our lives. You cannot run away from obstacles. You have to face what's going on and take responsibility and man up and handle your business and do what you need to do to get yourself to the next level. That's what being responsible is. Facing the hard times, facing the obstacles, facing the defeat, and deciding that I'm still going to do it. I'm not just going to give up. I'm not just going to leave what I started. I'm not just going to abandon my responsibilities because things got tough. You got to take responsibility for what's going on in your life. That's number 5, the law of responsibility. Next up is the law of connection. Okay, the law of connection, because the past and the present are all connected. So you got to understand what happened to you in your past brought you to where you at today in the present, which is going to pay off in your future. So understand that the past, the present, and the future are all connected. That's number 6, the law of connection. Law number 7 is the law of focus. Okay, the law of focus, which ultimately means that we cannot think of 2 different things at the same time. So in order to focus, we have to choose one particular thought, one goal, right? Something that inspires us. Think of one thing right now. Close your eyes and think of one goal that you can focus on and that you know you can achieve in the next 6 months of your life, right? We got to master the law of focus. A lot of times we got a lot of things on our mind, a million thoughts running through our head. So it gets distracting. Sometimes we can't focus. We're trying to handle this. We don't want to forget about that. Then we got this coming up. So it can be a lot. I want you guys to practice on mastering the law of focus and remind yourself, I can't think of 2 different things at one time. So I'm going to have to choose one thing, think about it, achieve it, and then move on to the next task. Think about one thing at a time. Handle one thing at a time. Build brick by brick. Don't overwhelm yourself because life is all a mind game. So understand, if life is a mind game, you can't think of 2 different things at once because a cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. So I want you guys to take things step by step and really think before you act. Now we're going to move forward to law number 8, which is the law of giving and hospitality. Right? I want to break this one down for you. The law of giving and hospitality. Right? A lot of times we see people who are generous, and then we may see people who don't like giving at all. Right? We may see people who tip at a restaurant. We may see people who feel as if the tip should be included in the total cost of the meal. Right? We may see people that are a little bit more generous, may give you a ride, not ask for any gas money. Then we have some people who won't give you a ride at all, even if you do offer gas money. So I'm just simply giving you guys examples to help you understand the law of giving and hospitality, which ultimately means our behaviors should match our thoughts and actions. So what we think about on a day-to-day basis is going to reflect in our actions, and it's going to show in our behaviors. And that's what people judge us off. They judge us off our behaviors. So I want you to understand that your behaviors should match your thoughts and your actions. So you should be pouring into yourself a lot of positivity, inspiration, motivation, right? Whatever you need to get to the level that you want to get to, make sure that you're pouring positivity into your thoughts, because that's what's going to reflect in your actions. If you think about negativity, shooting niggas, cursing people out, robbing people, if you think about all that stuff, you watch all these type of videos, you play all these type of shooting video games all day, that's what's going to reflect in your actions. But if you're focused, you're meditating, you're reading books, you're speaking positivity over your life, you listening to podcasts, positive YouTube videos, that's what's going to reflect in your actions, because that's what's running through your thoughts. So number 8, you guys got to understand the law of giving and hospitality ultimately means that our behaviors should match our thoughts and actions. Okay? Now number 9 is the law of here and now. The law of here and now. I want you guys to be living in the moment, be blessed and grateful for every single day that you have to live, to breathe, to enjoy your family, to work, to grind, to break bread with the people that you love. Live in the here and now, because we can't be present if we always looking backwards. So the importance of number 9 is to help you guys enjoy every single moment that we're blessed with, because your whole life can change in a blink of an eye. So I want you guys to really, really start to live in the here and now and master law number 9, okay? Which is the law of here and now. Number 10 is the law of change, okay? Number 10 is the law of change. And I want you guys to understand that ultimately history repeats itself until we learn from it and change our paths, okay? So if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you got to master the law of change, or else you're going to repeat the same cycles over and over and over again. And you will never see a change inside your day-to-day lifestyle, because history repeats itself until we learn from our mistakes. And then once we learn from our mistakes, we got to change the path that we're going on. So number 10, the law of change. Number 11 is the law of patience and reward. Patience and reward. The two go hand in hand. Why? Because the most valuable rewards require persistence and patience. Your best rewards that you ever got in your life, what did you have to do to achieve those rewards? You had to have persistence and patience. You had to keep striving and be patient for your number to be called. So I want you guys to understand that the law of patience and reward go hand in hand. If you want that reward, you're going to have to be patient and be persistent and do what it takes to earn it respectfully. That's what number 11 means. The law of patience and reward. Understand that the most valuable rewards in this lifetime are going to require patience and persistence. That's how you're going to get any achievement, any promotion, any level up, any pay raise, any new job, any recognition. It's going to require you to be persistent at what you're doing and be patient for that reward. Don't rush the recognition. Don't rush the accolades, right? Don't rush the flex. Be patient, because the greatest reward that you want for yourself is going to require you to keep going and keep striving, because you never know when you're going to get that great reward. You never know when you're going to get that car, that new house, that new job, that relationship that you always wanted, unless you remain persistent, unless you remain patient with yourself and believe in yourself and believe that you deserve it. You got to believe in yourself and believe that you deserve it, guys. That's what number 11 truly means. The law of patience and reward. Now, the last and final law of karma is the law of significance and inspiration, right? The law of significance and inspiration. And what that means is rewards are the result of the energy and the effort that we put into it. So if you want a promotion, you want a new job, you want to level up as an entrepreneur, you want to open that business, you want to marry that girl, you want to keep that guy, understand that rewards are the result of the energy and effort that we put into it. So if you want these great results, you want a great celebration, you want great rewards, great accolades, you're only going to get what you deserve based off the energy you put into it. The work that you put into it is the type of reward that you're going to receive. So if you worked your ass off, you're going to get a big reward. If you did minimum work, minimum wage work, right? You did the bare minimum, you're going to get a minimum size reward. So if you put a massive amount of energy, an extreme amount of effort into every project, every job, every task, every goal, you're going to receive a phenomenal, extravagant reward. The more energy and effort you put into everything you do, the bigger reward you're going to get out of that. So I want you guys to take these 12 laws of karma and really study and implement them inside your day-to-day life. really study and implement, how can I change? How can I become a better me? How can I develop myself personally? That's why I encourage you guys to take notes on each and every episode. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to go back over those 12 laws of karma, just to give you guys a chance to write them down one more time. The number 1 law was the great law. Number 2 was the law of creation. Number 3 was the law of humility. Number 4 was the law of growth. Number 5 was the law of responsibility. Number 6 was the law of connection. Number 7 was the law of focus. Number 8 was the law of giving and hospitality. Number 9 was the law of here and now. Number 10 is the law of change. Number 11 is the law of patience and reward. And number 12, last but not least, is the law of significance and inspiration. So if you guys found any value from today's episode, make sure you leave us a positive review, give us a 5-star rating, shout us out on Instagram, and make sure you head on over to our YouTube channel, Elevate Your Success 101. Subscribe so you guys never miss an episode. Make sure you shop the brand. Follow us on Instagram at Elevate Your Success 101. DM us if you're interested in being on the podcast. We would love to share your skills, your talents, and your creativity with our community. Shout out to everybody that came back for another episode. And make sure you take this quality knowledge and go out there and elevate your success and become the best version of yourself, because you are God's highest form of creation and nobody can do it like you. So make sure you wake up every day and you go out there and you kill shit. You elevate your success. You become the best person everybody thought you could not be. And you elevate to the next level. I love you.